Hey guys, just gonna do a recap right when Powell is starting to speak. Maybe something will happen. Um, so I'm flat on the day. I'm up a little bit more in my sim than I am, or in IB than in sim. I think today what happened was I started out badly. I kind of misread a breakout. So really, to be honest, nothing really happened today. Okay, where is it? Okay, here. So at 7:33, again, I shouldn't have taken this trade, but it is what it is. We had significant delta volume for this time of 9:33. So I was waiting for a confirmation candle for either a reversal, a delta trap, or a delta confirmation. So it have this like range here, and it wasn't. So I guess if it was a big, or let's say a full green range bar, that might have been better to go in. So I went long here. Obviously, it didn't break the pre-market highs. Started to pull back, and then it turned red. My stop was like right here, so I just cut it like right there. And then when it went red, I reversed it, and I went. So I had a bit of a drawdown from like right here to right there. I guess that was a little bit, that was a little bit annoying because I just had almost a full loss here. But I rode this for pretty much everything. My last target was I didn't hit my last target, but I cut it off a little bit early. But I went back to green, and then nothing really happened until so blah blah blah. So the market opened, nothing happened, nothing significant. And then here, this is the last trade I took before I decided to stop because Powell is speaking now, and you don't know what's gonna happen. So this was another kind of, if not a really iffy play, I definitely messed up on it. I got a little impatient. I think in the future, again, I'm just on one share. I don't know why I'm so antsy. I think I'm antsy because I'm actually down quite a bit in my options portfolio because the market's so strong. I just hope the market will sell off to ease myself a little bit. It's not like long term I'll be okay, but short term it's like okay, market's going up and I'm losing money. That's really sucks ass. But anyway, so here this is actually a really good trade. So significant. Okay, this is only like 10% of it, so I guess it's not that great of a delta candle. For example, if this was like 4,000 or 5,000, that's a really strong candle. But anyway, it did reach the threshold, and so here it went as a red candle. This is where I see the delta trap, right? So I'm like, okay, so I went short here. I got filled on one of my contracts or one of my lots, and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I'm hoping, or like right here, I'm hoping it continues. But then it reverses back up here, and I go into red a little bit, and it came back down, and then it ran back up, and then I just cut it like right at my entry again. So we're a small win. But it actually went all the way back down here. So I could at least gotten like, you know, one if not two more targets, and probably stopped out a break even for the last target. So yeah, that was pretty sad. But it is what it is. So Powell is speaking now, so the market is moving a little bit. So let's see if we can get a trade. Again, the one thing I've learned from that loss and just kind of learning a little bit more about delta trading. And I'm using Analytica Chart4 for it, which is primarily dealing with order flow. As you can see, the deltas are primarily what's on the screen, right? So I've blown up all the delta um, statistics, right? So we have the absolute delta change numbers here. We have the high, low, and then the current delta, and also the total volume. So that's all blown up because that's pretty much what's most significant. Here, I guess like this candle would be pretty good because this is the trap candle, right? So this is the green candle. Let's just say a lot of people. Again, this is not really. It did hit the threshold, but this is really huge volume. But let's just say whatever it's a green candle. There's a lot of people going long. I think they're probably anticipating that, we're gonna go breakout here. All right. But then you have this red candle come in, and then all these people that are along here, they're starting to panic, right? And so that's when that's what I call a delta trap, because you got a whole bunch of people here long, right, looking for the break, and then we have a big red candle, or not big red candle, but yeah, I guess a big red candle, big red range candle, right? And people are like, oh, okay, I need to dump this, right? So people go short here, and then people here are starting to dump their positions because they don't want to get, they don't want to test the lows pre-market, even though the range is extremely low. So that's what I call a delta trap reversal. That's one of the plays I'm playing. I think it's pretty successful. I haven't done 100% test so far, but it looks decent to me. Okay, so let's see. So the market's not really reacting. I was gonna put on a 0 DTE options play, but yeah, I might see that if it breaks this pre-market low, it closes, I'll do an option play. But that's, and I think I'm pretty much done day trading mirroring at the moment. So I think what I need to work on is basically just holding the trades. And it kind of sounds kind of stupid, but yeah, I don't really hold the trades, even though it's like 4 shares in total. Um, and that's something I need to work on. Okay, let's just see what happens here. Let's just run it for another couple minutes and see if we can get a huge delta candle where I can see if there's a trade. Because here, the deltas are building up, negative deltas. We have imbalances. Let's blow this up a little bit more. So we have imbalances, and if this hits like 2000 or 1800 or something like that, it closes, then we'll wait for a confirmation, or we will wait for a delta trap. And in this case, okay, it's probably not going to do it because it's going back up. Yeah, so a whole lot of chop for a whole lot of nothing. It is what it is. I guess it's a slow day. I don't even think I'm gonna put on a range. Listen, check it. One sec. Sorry. I don't think I'm actually gonna put on an options play, because I bet you the options are so low right now. But I do hope the market goes down. That's the only thing I'm hoping for. And it's going back up. That's great. Okay. Let's see what happens next. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't seem like anything is going. Unless we get a huge huge sell. So here, like, it's kind of like, people are probably buying over here. And if it continues to go down, these people who are bottom buying here, they're going to have to let go of their positions. And that will increase the selling pressure. Maybe. So we're looking for this candle to close. So it needs to go probably one tick below here, and it'll close. It'll close red, but this is not significant enough for me to enter anything. So let's see if it breaks it. Let's keep it rolling a little bit. So I think one of the other things I found is that the difference between replay and live is that you don't get that immediate confirmation, right? You're not like, okay, this is significant enough. Okay, let's see what happens here. If it closes green, I'm gonna go long. If it closes red, it's a confirmation. I'm gonna go short, which I hope it goes down for my options portfolio. But again, I guess that's kind of okay. It's going up. Let's see what happens. It could be a false breakout trap here. So these people are shorting. They're gonna get caught. be tempted to let go. Okay, so I'm gonna go long.
Order filled.
Fill is not the greatest there. So I'm gonna change my stop to be below, right at the low of this candle. Wait, what? Okay, well, that's not the stop. There's a stop right there. Okay, so a little bit bigger loss than. So my stop loss is 15 ticks, because that's the range of a candle. But I need to adjust it for, if it hits, like, if it's at the bottom of the range of the last candle. Okay, that really sucks. It literally just missed my first target by 1 tick. So what's going on is I'm hoping these people here, and maybe some of these people here, they're like, oh, it's not breaking down. I need to cover my short, right? And they're covering, and there's also people here bottom fishing as well, right? So the combination of those two, I'm hoping, would drive the market up. And this could be a loss, maybe. I guess again, this is kind of like the bad thing about the market, about the sim, or not the difference between the sim and, replay, or live and replay, or sim live and replay. Is because with the replay, I enter a trade and I can just fast forward like 20, 30x to see what happens, right? Here I'm actually sitting through the emotions of the trade. And so this is not really good so far. I really didn't anticipate this red candle there. So part of me is like, okay, maybe I should just break even this, because immediately you should kind of like want immediately like a candle confirmation to go up. So I might have should have just cut it right there. So if it goes back up, break even, I'm probably just gonna cut it and call it like unfortunate events. Okay, now we get stopped.
Stop filled.
Great. So, well, that's not good. Well, it's good for my options portfolio, but that was not a good trade. And I guess this was a good trade. It just didn't hit the targets. That's the problem. It was just really close to hitting the targets and didn't hit the target. But let's just keep it going, because this is there's actually stuff happening in the market now. Let's see if we can recover some of this money. And I'm gonna go to live and see what is going on with the SPY. So the SPY did close below. I'm wondering if I should put on an options trade, follow my rules for today. Maybe I can get one at 423. That's actually pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna log in my other computer and put on an options trade, because that's not bad. Well, technically, anyway, okay, I'm just gonna cut it there. That was a pretty bad trade. It wasn't a bad trade, it was just, unfortunately, it didn't work out. But okay, I'll talk to you guys later.